Hello, dears. Welcome back to the class. So, today we are going to learn something, or we are going to read a story which is very close to you. Okay, before that, just have a look at this picture. Can you guess what's happening there? Yes, you are exactly correct. It's a birthday party, right? You can see the birthday girl is blowing the candle, right? And the friends are about to wish, and you can see a boy is ready with a gift, right? And you can see they all are wearing this birthday caps. You can see the more many things are there just surrounding, and the decoration is being done, right? So, children, the word birthday, right? This word, when it comes in front of you, okay, the word birthday, can you please make a list of things that would come to in your mind when you listen to the word birthday? You just quick take a pencil and a book and make a list of things that you think about when the word comes birthday. What all things it starts in your brain? Yes, of course, maybe the cake, right? Maybe the gifts, maybe the party, right? Snacks, or and you can see the candles, then friends, okay, and wishes, of course, right? And the special thing that is your birthday dress. Okay, so these are the things that commonly a birthday party has, or a birthday on that particular day you will receive all these, right? You coming what do you call contact with all these things, like the gifts, like the party, like the what do you call cakes, chocolates, even I could say. Then a party will be there surrounding your friends, lots of blessings, wishes, right? And apart from that, the most important thing that is you wear on that particular day your birthday dress. Just imagine, children, imagine just if you don't get any gift on that particular day. Maybe you are some everyone has forgotten your birthday, okay, and you don't have anything, means no one is wishing, no one is cutting the cake for you, no one is bringing the cake for you, no gift is being given. Now you have got any new dress on particular day. What is your feeling? You feel very bad, right? You really feel very, very bad, right? Okay, just let it be. Everyone knows that it's your birthday and you don't get any gift from anyone, right? What do you call it? Hardly mere small gift from XYZ you may get. Okay, what you do you feel? How do you feel that particular day? It's really very bad. Okay, we feel so hurt. Even sometimes we may cry out, right? It's so painful, right, children? So birthdays are the one thing there where we celebrate at the full, right? Apart from all the festivals whatsoever, okay, but the birthday is a special day for us, right, children? So we feel very special. We are means especially only you are treated very specially on that particular day. At your home only, what do you like, it is being cooked, right? So what do you want, that is only is being made there at home, right? No one scolds you. So you are treated very, very special on this day, apart from your festivals maybe whatsoever maybe, right? But birthday is a day where you are separately treated specially, right? So here we have a story of a boy Peter, and let us see that what he faces on his birthday. Okay, first as usual we will have a model reading. You just listen to me, right? So afterwards I will explain you the story. Okay, so I open the page number 73. Okay, I hope the book is in front of you right now, and keep your fingers, or you can hold your pencil in your hand and just follow the words. Okay, the birthday kitten. I hope you know what is a kitten, right? It's a young one of a cat. The younger one of a cat. Okay, the child, we can say the baby of a cat is called as a kitten, right? So it was Peter's birthday, and will you believe it? All he had was one card, a birthday card, okay, wishing card, and one present. Peter lived with his aunt Sally, and she did not really know what small boys liked. So Peter's one present was a new pair of socks. And socks aren't at all exciting, are they? For a birthday. I did so want that big book of adventure stories in the bookshop, thought poor Peter. As he pulled on his new socks, Peter went to school as usual, and because it was his birthday, the children clapped their hands 8 times for him. He was 8 years old. So this we can follow in the class also, children. Whenever any friend, any one of your friends' birthday, if it is there, you can just clap that many times. What that boy is going to fall for of that age. Okay, if he's going to fall for 8 years, you can just go for 8 claps, or 9 years, go for 9 claps. Okay, so it is a new. We can say it's a new style also. We can say, right. The same thing it happened in the school. The boys they clapped him for 8 times because he was now 8 years old. Clapped their hands 8 times for him. He was 8. On the way home, he saw something under a hedge and he looked to see what it was. At first, he thought it was a big grey mouse, but it wasn't. It was a tiny kitten. Peter could not think how it had come there, for there was no house near. It was mewing as the weather was cold and the kitten was hungry. Peter was kind and he bent over the tiny creature. You poor little thing, he said. I can't leave you here. I shall take you home under my coat. So he popped the tiny creature inside his coat. It did feel nice there and ran home with it. Aunt Sally was not pleased to see it. She said Peter could only keep it if it lived outside in the shed. So Peter made it warm bed there and fed it every day himself. The kitten loved Peter very much and always ran to welcome him home from school. One morning, the school teacher said that the children would have to have a pet show. They could each bring their pets, and she would look at them well all and see which was the best cared for. So, of course, Peter brought his cat along too. It was still a kitten, but big and fat, and its stripped fur was as soft as silk. It was fun that day at school. Ellen brought her canary in its cage. John brought his dog, and so did George. Mary took a white rabbit, and Doris had a tortoise, but it was asleep in its box for the winter, and they did not wake up. Harry had a cat, and so did Nellie. And of course, Peter had his kitten, which he said was his birthday kitten because he had found it on his birthday. The teacher looked hard at every animal and bird. She said they all looked well, cared for, and happy. But when she came to Peter's kitten, purring loudly and looking so fat and silky and sleek, she really could not help picking it up to stroke it. Peter, your kitten wins the prize, she said. She is simply beautiful, quite perfect. I can see you love her and look after for her well. Go and fetch the prize from the table. And what do you think the prize was? Yes, yes, it was a big book of adventure stories. You are a real birthday kitten, he said to his cat. You have brought me the birthday present I so badly wanted. So you might have understood a part of the story right now. Okay, so shall we just go back? Yes. So it was his birthday as it was told already. the birthday kitten. It was Peter's birthday, and will you believe it? All he had was one card, his Aunt Sal, and one present. Peter lived with his Aunt Sally, and she did not really know what small boys liked. So he was not living with his parents, he was living with his aunt. Her name is Sally. Okay. So it was his birthday, and he was not having any gift. He got a card, a birthday card, and a present, which was a socks. Can you ever imagine children having a socks as a gift? No, right? Just imagine how he must have felt. But actually, Aunt Sally was not able to, what do you call, identify, or she was not knowing what actually the boys wanted. So she don't did not know what to give the gift as. So she gave the socks as a gift. But she was really not knowing that what kind of gifts the boys may like. But really, it's very ridiculous, right, children, to have a socks as a present. No one would like to take it, right? So of course, here he felt very bad, and she did not really know what small boys liked. So Peter's one present was a new pair of socks, and socks aren't at all exciting, right? Now, children, no one would like to have a socks as a gift, right? Are they for a birthday? I did so want that big book of adventure stories in the bookshop, thought poor Peter. So actually, he wanted a book, adventure stories, right? A book which he has seen in the bookshop. Actually, that he wanted. But he was just thinking about it, but he could not get it as a gift, right? He means he wanted that book to read. As he pulled on his new socks, so it was his birthday, he has to go to school. So he wore his new socks. Peter went to school as usual. And because it was his birthday, the children clapped their hands 8 times for him. So after going to school, children of his friends, his classmates, obviously they wished him happy birthday. They sang a song, and they clapped for 8 times, which means that he was 8 years old. On the way back home, he saw something under a hedge. So the hedge is like a bush, okay, which is at the end, like a fence or a boundary that what you call forming by closely growing bushes. Bushes means a number of a tree which is plants which are grown very closely to each other. Okay, so there he saw something there. Okay, when while coming on the way, he saw something under the hedge, and he looked. You can see in the picture also, right? You can and he saw something under the hedge, and he looked at to see what it was. Actually, it was not visible, so he went near to see what actually it was. At first, he thought it was a big gray mouse. It was gray in color, so he obviously, right, at such places and all we find mouse and all. So he thought it should be a mice, but it wasn't. It was a tiny kitten, a small kitten, cute kitten. It was there. For there, it was right. Peter could not think how he had come there, for was no house near. So obviously the kittens almost we find in the house and all. So he was not able to identify that from where it has come, because there were no houses at all nearby. So maybe by mistake it has just, what do you call, forgot its path back to home, and it has come by mistake there, right? And for there was no house near, it was mewing. I hope you know what is the meaning of mewing. It's the sound of the cat. It was where it makes. Okay, as the weather was cold and the kitten was hungry also, Peter was kind and he bent over the tiny creature. So obviously, children, if you were there also, what you do? Obviously, right? You just try to go and touch it, or give some warmth, or you may try to bring it to home, right? So here, even he was a very gentle boy. He just bowed down to see the creature, right? Then, oh, you poor little thing, he said, I can't leave you here. I shall take you home under my coat. Then he said to the kitchen, telling that, oh, it's so cold and you are suffering here. I can't leave you here. So, what I'll do, I will take you to home. And he put that kitten in his pocket, the pocket of his coat, right? I shall take you home under my coat. So he popped the tiny creature inside his coat. It did feel nice there. Obvious, right? You might have seen the cats when they feel comfortable, they just like, what do you call, they cuddle nicely and sleep off there, right? So it did feel nice there and ran home with it. She took it to that little kitten to home, but Aunt Sally did not like the animals to be brought inside the home. So she said clearly to Peter, saying that it will not be in the home. You can keep it outside in the shed. Okay. So she said that, yeah, this little kitten will not roam in the house, but it will be staying in the shed. Obviously, because they make dirty and all, no? So obviously, most of them they don't like to keep the animals inside the house. So Peter made it warm bed there. So he was a very good, means he liked it. So what he did, in the shed itself, he made a warm bed nicely, which so that he can take a good nap and all. And every day he used to fed him. Fed means to give food. Okay, every day himself. The kitten loved Peter very much, and he is a schoolboy like you, right, children? Every day he has to go to school, but it will be waiting for him to come back. As soon as he is to come back from the school, it used to run towards Peter. Right, children? Even maybe you are obviously right. Whenever your parents go out and you are leaving you at home, when they come back, don't you run towards them? Right. So obviously the same way, a kind of it's a love gesture we can say, right? It is in the same way, and the kitten used to run to Peter when he used to come back from school. So one morning, the school teacher said that, yes, one morning, the school teacher said that the children would have a pet show. So obviously, everyone will be having a pet. Okay, they have to show their pets. Means a pet show will be there, and which will be the most cutest and the most healthiest pet among the all. They will be given the prize, right? So one morning, the school teacher said that the children would have a pet show. They would each bring their pets, and she would look at them all and see which was the best cared for. So she said that everyone tomorrow, means the next day, they had to bring their pets, and she just want to see that who is well cared. Okay, for the that particular kitten, or that particular pet will be getting the prize, and she would look at them all and see which was the best cared for. So of course Peter brought his cat along. So obviously he was also having a small pet, that is a kitten, but it was not, though it was a kitten, the young one, but it was very plumpy and like no, a grown up one. It was not looking like a small kitten, right? So yeah, so of course Peter brought his cat along too. It was still a kitten, but big and fat, and it's stripped means children, like zebra, it is having a black and white strip. A lions, sorry, tigers, they have the black and yellow strip. In the same way, you might have seen the cats also. They will be having a strips and all, right? And its fur was as soft as silk. Children, for us, as hair, we call it as a hair, okay? But for the animals' hair, we call it as a fur. Keep in your mind, FUR, fur, right? And it was, every one of us know that the kittens or the cats' fur are very soft always, right? So it was very soft, like as silk. So it was fun that day at school. So it was like just like a festival at school. Everyone, they brought their, what do you call, pets to the pet show, right? So you can see there. Okay, your, what else, it was fun on that Ellen brought a canary. So you have already know what is this canary, right? In your first lesson or second lesson maybe, you might have seen this canary, a yellow bird. Okay, Ellen, her name is Ellen. She was having this canary in the cage. Then John brought a dog, right? Even John brought his dog, and so did George. Miss George, John and George, they brought dog. Okay, their pet dogs. Then Mary took her white rabbit. She brought her white rabbit. Then Doris had a tortoise. You can see it was, but it was in the what do you call, box, and was fast asleep, because in winters they go for a long sleep, children. They won't wake up at all in winters. Okay, so it was winter, so it was sleeping. Okay, as it was, but it was asleep in its box for the winter, and they did not wake at all, right? Harry had a cat. So Harry, she was having a cat, and so did Nellie also. Another girl also was having the cat, and of course Peter had his kitten, right? It was so cute, a very cute kitten he had actually. Then, which he said was his birthday kitten, because he had found it on his birthday. Of course, right, children? He found his kitten on his birthday itself when he was going back to home on his birthday. So he used to call it as a birthday kitten. He gave it the name it as a birthday kitten because he had found it on his birthday. The teacher looked hard at every animal and bird. So she started checking at each and every teacher came and she started looking at each and every animal to see that which is a very well cared and all, plumpy and all. She just was checking out, and she said that they all looked well cared for and happy. So all were very well cared, and we can see that they were all happy, all the animals, right? All the pets, which she said, the teacher looked hard at every animal and bird. She said they all looked well cared for and happy. But when she came to Peter's kitten, so last she came to Peter's kitten, okay, when she looked at that kitten, she really, it was purring, children, purring in the sense, you might have seen, okay, when you touch the animal, you can feel a kind of sound it comes, right? Maybe the dog, maybe the cat and all, when you touch these kind of pets and all, you might have heard or felt the kind of purring sound, it is called. So when she just looked, it was purring so loudly and looked so fat and silky and sleek means which is very shiny, okay. She really could not help picking it up and to stroke it. So she could not stop herself. She just picked it up in her hand. She stroked it. Stroke means to touch on her, its head and body, right? She stroked it. Peter, your kitten wins the prize. She declared the prize. Okay, she said that clearly that Peter, your kitten is so beautiful and well cared. So it is today's winner is your kitten, right? She is simply beautiful, quite perfect. I can see you love her and look after her well. Even you also take care of it very well. And what do you think? And okay, go and fetch the prize from the table. Fetch means to go and get. Okay, already the prize is kept on the table. You go and take it, she says to Peter. And children can guess what was his prize. Actually, what he wanted on his birthday, that adventurous book, right? So he got on his on that pets show as as a prize as the adventurous story book itself. You are real birthday kitten, he said to his cat. He just hold his cat and told it, you are really birthday kitten. You have brought me the birthday present I so badly wanted. Means he wanted it very badly, right? So he said, I just wanted it very badly, and thank you for being me as we can say a lucky kitten, okay. In that way he feels very happy on that day, okay. So I hope children, after this completion, you just read the story once again, you will understand much better, okay. So let us have a look on this. Tick the correct answer. How old was Peter? How old was he, children? Yes, he was 8 years old. What did Aunt Sally gave Peter on his birthday? What did she give? She gave a new pair of socks. A pair of socks. What did Peter find under the hedge? So found a kitten, right? How did Peter bring home the little creature he had found? So under his coat, right? Then Aunt Sally told Peter that the little creature could only live outside in the shed. The teacher said she would judge whose pet was the best cared for, right? So, okay, children, the next part and all I'll be sending you in the group, okay, children.